12. Let's get into
this
it.
Is a level 11, part 3.
That means part 12. Level 12 is only probably going to be a one-parter, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
First win of the day, you know? It's the best part.
Mm-hmm. Have we done this map?
I think at least once,
okay,
yeah.
At least once.
I also have to turn my game volume back up. I mean, I have been recording a bunch. I went back and watched one of the VODs, and I've had the sound so low.
Very low. Yeah, it's always good just to double check, like watch like a past recording. It's like, are the sounds correct? Like when I was doing StarCraft Remastered, it's like the game sound is so high, or like the volume, the music is so high. It's tough to get those adjusted so you can people can actually hear you speak.
Yeah, it's hard to get StarCraft Remastered right, and I swear when I was playing it originally, that it was coming through so like louder. Every time I would close the game and restart it, it's like the sound settings reset, and I didn't realize it.
Yeah. When they first released it, it would reset every time you opened the game or closed it.
Yeah. And I feel bad because so many people are like, can you turn the voices up? I'm like, I can't turn the voices up without making everything else a million times louder. There's just no way to do it.
There's only 2 settings. So.
Yeah, there's no separate voice volume, which is what people are looking for. Which is, it's too bad. I'd like to do that, but I can't.
Right.
All right, Dehaka, let's go eat some folks. You know, I kind of like how these maps that were released early on, with the co-op mode in general, just weren't ever really changed. They weren't made harder or anything.
Right.
Like Dead of Night, I think, was made explicitly harder when people said it's too easy. But this map and the rifts, it's still the same difficulty.
Right. Which is fine with me.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that they did that. I'm glad that they didn't make it out of control or something.
It's fine having some maps easier. Some maps more difficult. I don't see a problem with
that. Well, I don't know about you, but that infuriates me.
We need more minerals.
Every map needs to be perfectly balanced. See the Dehaka eating. Oh yeah, I saw in the video you just put out. You're trying to eat the critter in the void launch.
Oh yeah,
map.
I tried. Yeah, I think I even mentioned, like, it'd be kind of cool if you could.
Right. Yeah, you mentioned it like a minute later or something like that.
Yeah, it's too bad that you can't though. I can eat pretty much every unit that's just sitting up here waiting, defending the first rift.
Time to punch in.
Nice.
Your objective is to knock down that thrasher.
Yeah, I think even on this map, when we were playing Phoenix Abathur, we had some trouble. Or we were just being lackadaisical.
No, it's just the combo was tough. It was just tough. I'm just gonna keep eating, why not?
Our allies are in combat.
Enemy Protoss, a waste of essence.
A waste of essence.
That's cold, Dehaka.
Get him!
Evolution.
This is good because it's weakening them and I can eat the weak ones.
Right. Cooldown's shorter.
We will establish a defensive
What are you guys
perimeter.
attacking? They attacked this lamppost over here. That's so weird. I did not tell them to attack that. Just auto attack, and they did not like that lamppost. They did not like that lamppost. That's so weird.
Get him, Dehaka. Slowly but surely. I always get these Ravisar upgrades. They seem useful every time.
An apocalypse is ready for spawning.
Evolution.
I have been working on something new.
We were talking about car ownership right before this.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You had mentioned you had an older car and running into problems.
Yeah, on the way home from work, I had some car issues. Temperature was going up, and I had to stop and add some coolant. So, if you have an older car, make sure you keep coolant in your trunk. It's always important to have those. You don't want to be stuck on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere, New Mexico. So.
anytime someone tells me about car problems, it just reminds me how grateful I am to not own a car anymore. And remember, we were streaming Halo Wars, and someone was like, "Jay, you don't own a car? That's crazy." And it's just, I guess, putting into perspective. I mean, there are rare places in the U.S. where you can live that you don't require a car, and I am incredibly grateful for it to not have to have one now. But you know, most places I recognize it's pretty necessary.
Yeah, much more common in places like in Europe and big cities.
Yeah.
Even in smaller cities, Europe, I feel has better public transportation system.
Now I command the Alexander.
Oh, that works.
Yeah. What was I building? Starport?
Gonna go mass queens. Do it.
Something like that. I could.
Mass queens. I forget. I don't know what I was gonna build. Mass igniters. Oh no, tenderizers. God, impalers. I mean, they will forever be tenderizers. I was kind of out of it last night when we played a lot last night, so that's gonna be a lot of videos where I was supposedly out of it, but I just I was just having bad I was just had bad allergies that night. Like I was just like kind of just sort of out of it.
Seems like so.
But I do remember talking about tenderizers a lot.
Right, we talked about that. It's very important.
Of course.
Come
here, High Templar. I want to talk. Oh, he left.
No, I think I'll go. Let's cancel that. Let's go with Diamondbacks. I want to. There's another queen upgrade I want to wait for before I go mass queens again.
I guess I'll get the fire breathing upgrade.
I remember you were saying one map you just want to go pure
defensive structures.
Yeah, defensive structures.
That would be really good on Dead of Night because you just set them up and then you can just move them out.
Right. Dead of Night or
not enough minerals.
The temple mission.
Temple, yeah, temple would be useful. You very rarely have to actually move out.
Take 'em out, commanders.
Enemy in combat.
Take them out, commanders. Well, I got a few things.
Our allies are in combat.
Yeah, because I never got the slime trail for the Diamondbacks.
It's the most important upgrade.
So
I don't know if everyone knows this, but
Not enough. Our
make sure I do that
allies
this
are in
time.
combat.
slime trail.
Our
go.
allies are
One
in
bunker.
need more minerals. We require more.
At least.
Our forces
I got the
are
upgrades for the
under
bunker, so I
attack.
have to get at least one.
Yeah, those bunker upgrades are good.
Not enough minerals. Our allies are in.
I don't know what I want to make. When in doubt, I guess make tenderizers, right?
Tenderizers. Yep. Yeah, the Apocalypse, they can't stun the Void Thrashers. Only non-heroic enemies.
Yeah. I guess the detection's always worthwhile.
Looks like we got several risks to deal with. Hope you're up for this.
I'm like just sort of taking my time. We could do this so much faster, but I like just getting a bunch of upgrades and I haven't quite figured out what I think is like the best thing to build here with this fellow.
Just a little bit of everything. I mean, the creeper hosts are really good, but they
I like the
they
creeper
take a lot
hosts
of
a lot.
supply, right?
Evolution.
So you can't build.
And they're gas heavy too. Yeah, they take they're 3 supply each. You know what I haven't even noticed, which seems like it would be obvious, but I don't know if you get your supply back. Do you know what I mean?
From what?
From like when you have 2 units fight, do you get the supply back from the one that dies, or does it cost double the supply for the better unit?
I think it would be double the supply.
That's my assumption as well, but I don't actually know.
We require more minerals.
It's a good question.
Our allies are in combat.
I don't think I'll make. I guess I could make.
The swarm hosts are good though, because they'll storm the storm is rough. The creepers.
Yeah.
The locusts instead of your actual units.
We require more
The Alexander is
Vespene
I mean, the primal Zerglings feel near worthless to me. I'd much rather have
rise again.
the Ravissars. Those are definitely much better.
I got the slime trail.
Slime trail! It's gonna be so useful. Look, you're like dragging along those units.
Stutter step.
More Vespene.
There's your objective, commanders. Show those thrashers who's boss.
Dehaka's real good. He's so good.
Our opponent is losing.
You got the detection.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Good old
if I,
Dehaka.
if I click on Dehaka, I can.
Void Thrasher defeated.
No, I can't see what you
Put points into.
like. What points into? Yes.
Not enough Vespene.
I actually don't really have anything that attacks air for the bonus.
Oh, neither do I.
A Void Thrasher.
I guess we should make some before.
Yeah. I'll make some liberators.
Would you look at that? An Archangel. Probably a good idea to destroy it before.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, we just have to chase it across the map. That's not a big deal.
Thrashers can't be far behind. Get ready to torch them, would you?
Get ready to
have-
torch them.
We have plenty of time,
Evolution
so.
complete. More Vespene required.
Hydralisks and Ultralisks.
Enemies come. Strike swiftly.
I don't have any pack leaders up, but I don't think that's a problem. My god, that's so many
With storms, yeah.
storms.
I call this
I guess we're going.
Let's go!
Our forces are under
This is only temporary.
our evolution.
Unless we can kill him before. Nope. He always.
Dehaka, hit him!
Likely to repair itself. Sooner you attack it, sooner
one
those
liberator.
repairs will stop.
That's no problem. Let's just go across.
Yeah.
Hydralisks. Guess I can make a few tenderizers, impalers, whatever they're called.
Vespene.
Yeah, I remember being this time like changing topics randomly. I was kind of telling you before we started, but before I left for the Big Apple, I was trying
Oh,
to
yeah,
sell
you
my
had a-
car, but it was relatively old.
He had an old Chevy, right?
Yeah. God, why can't I remember what kind of Chevy it was?
Infestation does have its strength.
This is actually going to drive me crazy.
Was it a car, truck?
Complete.
It was a car.
Thought that thing would put up more of a fight.
You're too late, Dehaka.
Yeah, you had a Ford Taurus. I don't remember what my...
We require more Vespene
Anyway,
gas.
it was like right on the cusp of sort of breaking down. It was a solid car, but there was like I think there was a class action lawsuit at some point against the makers of the car because it had some sort of issue with the manifold where it would leak, and not everyone did it. And I felt I was so lucky because mine didn't leak. But unfortunately, like very soon before I was ready to go, it did start leaking, and I had the same issue where my all of the
Temperature would.
yeah, the temperature gauge would just spike up, and it was really scary because when you're driving and that temperature gauge goes up so high, you have to stop and put coolant in it, otherwise it's dangerous.
It's dangerous and very, very bad for your car.
Yeah, it's bad for the engine.
Forces have met the enemy.
And so I kept putting coolant in, and after like the third time, I'm like, okay, there's something wrong here, I think. And then I was trying to deny it. I'm like, no, it can't be the manifold. And so I took it in, and they had to replace it, which was like $600. And this was like 3 months before I wanted to sell this damn thing because I don't need a car here. So I replaced it, and luckily I got a good. I made a good sale on the car, but not before having to replace that part.
Yeah, that
At the
sucks.
same time, I feel responsible for having replaced it rather than trying to sell it
Right.
when it was, garbage.
Yeah,
so.
imagine if you sold it like a week before that happened, and then whoever you sold it to got stuck with that problem.
Right.
I mean, legally you would be fine, I'm assuming, but
I'd feel pretty
you'd
bad
feel
about
bad.
it.
You wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
Yeah, I'm not cold like that. I have some ethics there. I'm not going to knowingly sell, especially a car. Some other products, it's what you see is what you get. But a car can have so many underlying issues that are not easily checked. Unless you should always take a new car into a shop to have it checked out, I suppose. Unless you know someone who's savvy.
Mhm.
Level 12. Dehaka's maximum level increases from 12 to 14. and it unlocks the following choices for points. Passively heal nearby friendly units, can attack air units.
Just always can attack air units.
That's what it seems like, yeah.
That's really the heal nearby the friendly units?
Yeah, just an aura.
That's amazing.
It seems a little too good, you know?
Yeah. We can get both of those, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. So I got an upgrade for the Apocalypse. Increases the area damage dealt by the Apocalypse attacks and its initial spawn by 100%. Nice.
Nice. Apocalypse is so
It's
good.
quite good.